MNC. Urvesh, we are immensely happy and excited to have you here with us. The platform is all yours.
Okay, thanks for the intro. Am I audible?
Yes, Urvesh, you're audible.
Okay, so just give me a moment. Just a minute. Yeah, I am all set it up. So hello everyone. I hope I'm visible to you as well, and I'm even clearly audible. Thanks OAPS and VIT team for basically inviting me for this particular talk. It's your weekend, it's your Friday morning, and I'm sure that you have dedicated your time and effort for this particular session. And trust me, I won't be making it boring at all, right? I'll be making your Friday weekend morning worth it, right? So that later you don't basically give any bad words to me कि यार पूरा मजा बिगाड़ दिया weekend का, ठीक है? So before I even start up the session, I would just like to ask the audience. I'm not sure if they are allowed to do so or not, but I hope Hindi is understandable by everyone. Hindi English mix, right? If not the case, you do let me know which language you would like to prefer more. But at times I'll be giving examples in Hindi, at times I'll be giving examples in English. Okay. And I really hope that basically works for each one of you. Okay. If participants are allowed to chat as of now, you can just drop a yes that both is fine, right? Um, anyways, that if it's not fine, just give me a minute. I'll just set up my screen and everything. Sorry for the delay, guys. I'll just start presenting my screen as of now, and organizers can tell me if my screen is visible or not.
Yes, Urvesh, it's visible.
Okay, cool. That's great. Turn off the webcam for some time. So basically, I'll be, talking about ethical hacking, a glimpse of ethical hacking, but in a way that you have never heard before. I mean, I'm not going to say you something unheard or unrevealed, but the point is, my intention would be to basically give you an idea about what is the reality in this cyber world. Okay. So it's all about, I'm not sure, but you guys could have, attended many, talks of ethical hacking and this and that, and, people taking like, hacking into Facebook and this and that. But nobody talks about the behind reality of it. Just like tum baaju wale ka Wi-Fi hack karke to you won't be able to earn something out of it, right? I mean, you cannot just write in your resumes that I hacked my girlfriend's account or I hacked my neighbor's Wi-Fi. Please give me a job. You get my point, correct? So the point is, initial session will be focusing towards the reality of the cyber world. Next few slides will be focusing upon the art called as information gathering and social engineering. Just तुम लोगों का दिल रखने के लिए, just to keep heart of you guys, I'll be trying to present a few phishing attack demos. Okay, though I strictly advise that please do not play with those things, because eventually if you are doing something which is illegal, you and your parents both will be landed up in the jail. That's for sure. Okay. So not, I mean, I'm sure that you guys are mature enough to understand that. Cool. So the topic is glimpses of ethical hacking, but I call it as hame free mein hacking sikhao, because this is the mentality that everyone of you basically, not everyone, but major of the people do have. Okay. in terms of like what do you mean by ethical hacking. And it's just like this guy will be teaching us to do some fancy stuff and we'll be magicians in just 1.5 hours. It's not about like that. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say, that today I'll be basically trying to cover beyond the hacking vibe. The feeling, the moment you hear that I am into ethical hacking or I am an hacker, there is the point called as bhai tu to hacker hai. I mean, hackers are not magicians, to be honest, right? It's just not like we do one click and we get all the information. Yeah, if you are inspired by Bollywood movies or Hollywood movies of hacking, then I'm really sorry, you are at the wrong track, because that is not actual hacking. Cool. So it's just like my aim will be that before the session, I mean, right now your scenario would be something like this. You are seeing hacking in a very different perspective. You are seeing ethical hacking in a very different manner. And probably after the session, your perspective would be something like this. Okay. I hope you are able to enjoy the memes, and I hope you're able to understand these Hindi memes. Okay. I'm not sure how many audience over here do understand Hindi. Okay. So the point is, my aim would be to give you a clarity basically of things that are there in ethical hacking based upon my personal experiences. Okay, so here you see these are you VIT students, and although the organizing committee gave a good introduction about me in terms of who am I and what do I do, but still I'll be basically introducing myself um, in a way that you guys could understand in a much easier way. Just a minute, guys. So my name is Urvesh. Basically, please do not call me as Durvesh Purvesh or Urvashi, because my name is kind of difficult for you to understand. But my name is Urvesh, and basically I am a cybersecurity researcher. And I'm not sure, but just to give you a few idea, थोड़ी बहुत हवा करने के लिए. So I have cleared a few certifications. I have basically went through uh, CHFI, CND, DCPL, ACIH. So I'm basically certified in all these kind of areas. Apart from the certifications, if you want to know, I have 5+ years of experience, which I called as Anubhav, which is very important in the cyber field, in multiple organizations, multiple sectors. I have worked with various other companies. I have worked with various other private investigation firms. I have worked with Office of Inspector General of Police. I have worked with the government agencies. So I mean, please don't think यार इतना सब कैसे फोड़ दिया. So basically, I started my journey of ethical hacking when I was in my 9th, 10th grade. You can say like that. Okay, so was the time that I started my journey into ethical hacking. And don't assume that बहुत early age में इतना सब achieve कर लिया. There is a lot more to achieve, and age is just a number, guys. If you have the passion, age doesn't matter, to be honest. Okay, so लेट या अर्ली शुरुआत नहीं होती है, शुरुआत करने से मतलब है. So eventually, I mean, if you want to really see who am I as a professional guy, as a person, you can go up on LinkedIn. हाँ, टिंडर विंडर पे मत ढूंढना, वहाँ पे प्रोफाइल इतना मेंटेन करता हूँ नहीं मैं. एंड ऑब्वियसली टिंडर वगैरह पे तो सिर्फ गर्ल्स को राइट स्वाइप होगा, बॉयज विल बी लेफ्ट स्वाइप. So I hope you understand that and respect. Okay, coming forward. So have you been experiencing these kind of scenarios wherein the moment you hear the word that okay, I am an ethical hacker or I am into hacking, right? You might be thinking that hey, these are the kind of texts that I've been receiving throughout. Every now and then I'm getting these kind of texts, and these are real screenshots of people texting me. Just for the privacy reasons, I have not disclosed their names. So these are the kind of texts that I get, that hey bro, like can you please help me to hack into an FB account and I'll pay you. Then these are the kind of the messages. I mean, this is in a Marathi language. I'm not sure if you're able to crack it up, but then this particular girl or guy is saying that I want to hack an Instagram account. please, if possible, do it. Even people, what do they do? They are like, मैं अपना password भूल गया. I have forgotten my password. You are an hacker. You can get into my account. Instagram is my father's company that I'll get the password so easily. I'm like, I get so angry at them because there is a mentality that hackers can do anything. Hackers are magicians. That is the basically what we say, a blocker that I will like to clear it up to you by the end of the session. um then I've been, as I already said, that people would be asking me like, बाजू वाले का Wi-Fi hack किया है क्या तूने? There are very sensitive cases where there are basically people like nibba nibbi going up, and these nibba nibbis, they do share these kind of confidential stuff, and then they be like, now that particular person has my sensitive information or sensitive news, so can you please hack into it and remove it from his or her phone? um then there are financial scams where people come and approach that, my money has been debited, can you please bring my money back? मैं अपने जेब से थोड़ी डाल के मैं यार वापस दूंगा. Come on, it's not that. Hackers are not that like magicians. So again, so the conclusion is, बोलो जुबा केसरी, it means that सारे पान मसाले विमल नहीं होते और सारे हैकर्स जादूगर नहीं होते, और जो जादूगर होने का दावा करते हैं वो होते हैं स्कैमर्स. ठीक है. So actually, what do you really require when you basically talk about the field of ethical hacking, right? So there are two important concepts that I always say, that is knowledge and intelligence. Let's say I teach you two tools today. Okay, मैंने आज दो फिशिंग टूल्स का डेमो दिया. ठीक है, तुम लोगों ने दोनों फिशिंग टूल्स को ट्राई किया और कुछ तो भी कांड कर लिया. ठीक है, you did some mischief. So then you be like, oh, I have knowledge of using these tools. But knowledge is not the ultimate thing that you need in hacking. The ultimate thing that you need is intelligence. Just like you have some tool with you, but you don't have proper intelligence to apply its use cases, then it's of no use. It's just like, अगर मैं आज फिशिंग दिखा रहा हूँ तुम लोगों को, ठीक है, and I'll just tell you, click this button, click that button, this is the tool name, and that is how you create a phishing link. You are just a clicking monkeys. You are no more than that in the industry. And in industry doesn't want clicking monkeys. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई बिठा दिया एक टूल के सामने, ये क्लिक करो वो क्लिक करो, बस तुम क्लिक क्लिक करते जा रहे हो, बाकी का तुम्हें कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है that what's happening in the back end, what it's the tool all about, what it's done. And not just I'm saying of ethical hacking or phishing or these kind of stuff, I'm saying about in corporate also, like when you work for an organization, when you work for a company. ठीक है, over over there, it's important that you understand that how the architecture works, how the things are working in the back end, how things are working onto the front end, how things are actually based upon its core development phases. It's not just that you just use the tool and do some clicks. I'm sure within the next 15-20 days you will be fired for sure. That's my guarantee if you are following this kind of clicking monkey approach. क्योंकि एक दिन तो यार पता चल ही जाएगा कि ना तुम्हें कुछ आता है, ना तुमसे कुछ हो रहा है, बस तुम क्लिक करके काम करके दे रहे हो. And organizations don't even want to waste a penny on any person who's adding to the plate at all. Okay, that's the reality of this cyber world actually. So coming to ethical hacking, this is one of the most important slide, I guess you guys could basically try to interpret it. I'm pretty well sure that you all have been through that phases of giving your 10th or 12th board exams. I'm saying almost all of you. There could be some exceptions जिसने 10th और 12th के बाद सोचा यार मैं तो बाबा बन जाऊंगा, मैं संन्यास ले लूंगा. भाई अब ठीक है, उनकी खुद की choice है. So there are students, I mean, we all have been passing through that phase of the board exams. Like we have given our 10th and we have given our 12th, right? So over there, we had to choose, like, do you want science, do you want arts, do you want commerce, right? So there could be a choice that I'll take science, I'll take arts, I'll take commerce, etc., etc., right? What it exactly means that these are the streams that we are supposed to choose. Now please don't think of those times जहाँ पे तुमको जबरदस्ती किसी एक्सट्रीम में डाल दिया. I'm sorry अगर ऐसा कुछ हुआ हो तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते भाई, पास हो जाओ सिर्फ. But then the point is, cybersecurity, consider it as a stream, or ethical hacking itself, consider it as a stream. Okay, so this is a most biggest misconception that I have seen among the people, claiming that, cyber security or ethical hacking is just, a few things. Like, if you say ethical hacking, you just define it in some one or two things like phishing and hacking into bank account and paise uda gaye, that is hacking and this and that. But please try to understand that cybersecurity slash ethical hacking is a stream, just like your art, science, and commerce. It's an ocean of opportunities, it's an ocean of possibilities. Okay. And हाँ भाई, तुम एक जगह पे, I mean, एक साथ 10 जगह पे हाथ नहीं मार सकते हो. Please do remember that this is the second mistake that people at your age are doing today. See, why I'm saying people at your age, because I'm assuming major of you people are into your college times, your first year, second year engineering or whatsoever. Okay. Even if you are not in your college times or wherever you are, please just try to understand that in cybersecurity you cannot just play with 10 things at a time. You have to be specific to a certain major goal, and you can have minor goals to accomplish those major ones. Okay. So just like there are different opportunities. If, let's say, if you are good at websites, one of my friend, who is, I guess, the organizer of this event, Tohin bhai, that Tohin Bose. I'm not sure how many people know him. If don't know, भाई वो famous है, ठीक है, उसको follow करना. So that guy is good into web applications. He understands website, how the websites are made very easily. उसके वो खून में बसा हुआ है. So he is into bug bounty, like hunting bugs and vulnerabilities into websites. Okay. To be specifically, if you ask about me, I am into defensive side of the things. I like to defend, I like to protect the organization, I like to use the organization tools and technologies so that attack could not happen in the near future. So basically, I'm into threat intel, incident response. I mean, all I'm trying to say is the opportunities are very vivid. Okay. Ethical hacking is not just one single term, it's an ocean of opportunities. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, the point would be, you guys will be like, guy, by point pe aana seedha, like exactly what I'm trying to say, or what are the glimpses that you are about to show. So to talk about it, I'll be, talking about hacking the human mind actually as of now, because this is one of the most interesting and amazing topic that I've been, covering so far in many of my webinars or talks. Getting it? So now the question would be, hacking the human mind. What exactly do you mean by hacking the human mind? Um, to the guys who are there in the session, I know that you know about the concept of hacking the girlfriend's heart or hacking the ladkiyon ka heart. But I know it's Valentine week going on, but that's not the case we are trying to focus over here. Okay. The focus over here is hacking the human mind. Don't try to think of hacking anyone's heart. बाद में तुम्हारा ही कट जाएगा, to be honest. Experience से बोल रहा हूँ. So in simple terms, hacking the human mind, I call it as social engineering. Not I, but the cyber world calls it as social engineering. Okay. What exactly is social engineering? अब अब ऐसा प्लीज मत सोचना जिन्होंने ये वर्ड पहली बार सुने कि अब वापस इंजीनियरिंग करना पड़ेगा, मतलब वापस इंजीनियरिंग से मेरे को नफरत है, बट इट्स अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ सोशल इंजीनियरिंग. वो चीज अलग होगी, उसका मीनिंग अलग हो जाता है. ठीक है. तो सोशल इंजीनियरिंग इज जस्ट अबाउट मैनिपुलेटिंग द अदर पर्सन टू फॉल इनटू योर ट्रैप. Okay. Manipulating the other person to fall into your trap. So now, to be honest, before I even deep dive into social engineering, and I clear the glimpse, or I basically clear the misconception about hacking or social engineering, there is some important slides that I would like to show first in terms of by social engineering करने के लिए what basically you guys require. I mean, see, if you want to do social engineering, you require some things basically to clear it up. So basically, in order to do social engineering, you need to be good at information gathering, or which we call as reconnaissance. Okay. In cyber world, we call it as reconnaissance. So why do we call it as recon, or why it is important? I'll be telling you that. Okay. Now, in very simple terms, तुम बोलोगे इतने heavy terms यूज कर रहा है, रिकॉन एंड इंजीनियरिंग एंड ये फलाना ढिंगाना. भाई स्टॉक करते हो ना तुम लोग? I am pretty well sure करते हो. I am not even targeting boys. I am targeting girls also. Like, who doesn't stalk? Girls would be stalking some XYZ person, boys would be stalking some ABC girl, and so on. We do it every day, and we don't know. Stalking के चक्कर में 5 मिनट का इंस्टा का 50 मिनट का बन गया, and लग गए पढ़ाई के. ठीक है. So that is what we do every day. So stalking in an efficient manner, okay? Stalking in a productive manner is we call as recon, is we call as information gathering. Yeah, stalking में भी एक productive चीज होती है. हाँ, so in a way I promote stalking. Yes, I do, but in a productive way, then only. So recon, or aka information gathering, because once a wise person said information is wealth. Just to give you an idea over it, let me give you a real-time example. Um, so there was this one of my student or a friend, whatever you say, because I never consider myself as a mentor. Even if there is someone who is learning from me, who thinks that I'm a mentor, I consider them as my friend only. मेरे को सर वर बन के बुड्ढा फील होने का कोई शौक नहीं है भाई. ठीक है. But the point is, there was this one of my student slash friend who was trying to basically build up an malware in Android. I mean, who was trying to build an Android malware. मतलब Android phone को hack करने के लिए he was trying to just build up a virus. He's trying since a long time. He's trying since a long time, and later he gave up, and he came to me कि यार भाई यार सर ये हो नहीं रहा है मेरे से. मैं सब सही कर रहा हूँ, फिर भी यार अटैक एग्जीक्यूट हो ही नहीं रहा है. ठीक है. अब पॉइंट ऐसा है ना, मैं स्टार्टिंग में कुछ बोला नहीं. ठीक है. बाद में मैंने बोला यार के the I mean, you did even verify the target whom you are attacking. So he told, I didn't went into much deep dive. मैं इतना deep dive गया ही नहीं. Because बाद में पता चला कि भाई सामने वाला तो यूज कर रहा है iOS and iPhone. वो बड़े लोग, I mean rich people, and भाई साहब बना रहे हैं वायरस for Android phone. I mean, I know it's very very lame, but uh, yeah, people do tend to make this kind of mistakes in ethical hacking or cyber world, just because they do not have a proper insight on the information that they are collecting about a person or a target. Hence, it is important to collect information, do proper reconnaissance, collect all the possible information, from various other sources, and then launch an attack. Now, in that also, if I talk about recon, there are three main types. तुम लोगों ने अगर कोई एथिकल हैकिंग का कोर्स सोर्स किया होगा ना, एथिकल हैकिंग सीखे मात्र 99 रुपीज में, बी एन एथिकल हैकर इन वन डे. किसी का नाम ले ही नहीं रहा हूँ नहीं तो इंडस्ट्री पकड़ के मारेगा. ठीक है. बट द पॉइंट इज, टेक्निकली तुमने बाकी के कोर्सेज किए होगे ना, वहाँ पे सिर्फ 2 टाइप के बताते हैं. इन रियलिटी आई गेस देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग: एक्टिव, पैसिव एंड सेमी पैसिव. ठीक है. So talking about active recon, basically it's called as direct bath, no bakwas. It means that there is a direct interaction of you and the target directly. Okay. So you and your target are directly interacting with each other. So there is, we can say, no person in between. तुम सीधा information ले रहे हो तुम्हारे target से. ये तब possible है कि भाई तुमने target का already दिल जीत लिया हो, या ये तब possible है कि भाई तुम्हें target का काटना हो. I mean, you guys are smart, what I'm trying to say. ये तब possible है कि भाई target बहुत ही ज्यादा lame हो. ये तब possible है जब target is not aware. Let me give you a real example, which is not funny, but which is very serious. We have our grandparents, right? Um, our grandparents के जमाने में, I mean, you know that they come, हमारे जमाने में तो फोन भी नहीं होता था बेटा, हमारे जमाने में ये होता था वो होता था. अब जमाना चेंज हो गया है भाई, फोन आ गया है. 7 साल का बच्चा, 5 साल का बच्चा अपना फोन लेके घूम रहा है, यूट्यूब देख रहा है. अब जमाना चेंज हो गया है. But the point is, these guys, these old people, or I can say elderly people who are of not of our generation, they didn't know about these terms, right? अब होता क्या है ना, हम उनको एक फोन थमा के दे देते हैं कि ये तुम्हारा टच स्क्रीन फोन है, क्योंकि उसके बिना कुछ काम हो नहीं रहा है जिंदगी में. अब टच स्क्रीन फोन तो ले लिया. अब now they are not aware about the pros and cons and how to use that, right? You have seen grandfather and grandmother asking their grandsons how to use a phone. See that gap. My God, I'm always shocked by that, because I'm studying cyber psychology, right? um, based on that, because of cyber psychology. That is the point that I'm trying to study, that how human mind is affecting, or how human mind is affected by the consequences of technology. Okay, so that's one thing. So active recon, coming back to that, in that what happens, let's say कोई एक अंकल है जिनको कुछ पता वता नहीं है ज्यादा, या एक दादाजी है, अब उनको कोई फोन कर रहा है कि हेलो नमस्कार सर, मैं बात कर रहा हूँ आईसीआईसी बैंक से, ये वो, ये कार्ड एक्सपायर होने वाला है, जो भी होने वाला है, आप मेरे को ओटीपी दे दो, जमतारा फाइल्स। आई एम नॉट श्योर कितने लोगों ने जमतारा फाइल्स देखी है, जमतारा फाइल्स ही है ना उसका नाम, वेब सीरीज का, नॉट श्योर। तो इट्स ऑन नेटफ्लिक्स एक्चुअली. So in that, it's all about that how these phone call scammers are hacking into money. Okay, hacking into their bank account actually to get money. That is active recon actually. Passive recon, ये मेरे जैसे बोले ना, क्या बोलते हैं अब, मेरे जैसे उदास दुखी आत्माओं के लिए होती है, जहाँ पे either you are very shy or you don't want to go into active mode because there is a risk over there. Let me give you an example. Let's say if I want to impress someone, ठीक है, आई वांट टू इम्प्रेस अ गर्ल, इफ आई डू एक्टिव रिकॉन, मैं सीधा जाके उसको बोल दूंगा कि यार यू नो यू आर क्यूट, दिस दैट, मैं एकदम एक्सट्रोवर्ट। पैसिव इज लाइक मैं एकदम इंट्रोवर्ट, भाई मेरे से ना हो पाएगी, मैं तेरे को दूर से ही देख के मेरी फट जाती है, मेरे को धक 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 होने लगता है, मैं बात नहीं कर सकता। दैट इज पैसिव रिकॉन, एक तरफा वाला जिंदगी। वो ऑलरेडी 10 के साथ घूम रही होगी और मैं होप्स लेके बैठा रहूंगा ये मेरी कब होगी। That is passive recon. Okay, but then yeah, passive recon is also very powerful. Passive recon is like there is no direct connection between you and your target at all. Okay, there is no direct connection. Whatever you are trying to do is indirect. Let me give you a very simple example of this in a cyber world. Stalking, you know, finding someone on social media, finding their profile picture, finding their WhatsApp number, finding their true caller, finding their email ID from the true caller, um, whatever information that you get which is in open source format. Okay, what is open source? It means फुकटचन, सब कुछ फ्री में अवेलेबल। ठीक है, हमको सब फ्री में चाहिए। सो ओपन सोर्स वो इंफॉर्मेशन हो गई कि यार दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन द पर्सन्स डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट, कौन कितना ज्यादा खुद को ऑनलाइन दिखा रहा है, किसकी ज्यादा प्रेजेंस है ऑनलाइन, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। एंड यू गाइस आर अवेयर दैट इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड देयर वुड बी हार्डली एनी वन ऑफ आवर जनरेशन जिसकी सोशल मीडिया प्रेजेंस ना हो, अनलेस एंड अनटिल यार वो यूपीएससी कर रहा है या कुछ लफड़े हो गए उसके रिलेशनशिप में और बस बेचारे को करना पड़ा, सॉरी फॉर देम। बट या द पॉइंट इज इट ऑल अबाउट ओपन सोर्स इंटेलिजेंस। व्हाट इज दिस ओपन सोर्स इंटेलिजेंस? इज बेसिकली इंफॉर्मेशन दैट यू आर कलेक्टिंग फ्रॉम द पब्लिकली अवेलेबल सोर्सेस। ठीक है, जहां से भी पॉसिबल है इंफॉर्मेशन को निकालना, जस्ट वी आर डिगिंग डाउन डीप एंड डीप एंड डीप एंड यू आर टेकिंग अप द इंफॉर्मेशन। एंड देन कम्स सेमी पैसिव, again giving you the same example. I want to impress a girl, but see, I don't want to be active also, but I don't want to be passive also. So what I do, best friend. I know it's a very dangerous word, and because of this word only the entire relationship could, you know, basically spoil up. But that is the semi passive thing, that what I do is, let's say there is one mutual connection between me and my, you know, dream girl. That mutual connection is in the college of that dream girl, and the mutual connection is in my company. So what I do is I tell her कि भाई सेटिंग लगा दे यार प्लीज। ठीक है, अब अगर वो लड़का हुआ तो सेटिंग तो नहीं लगेगी, लड़की हुई फिर तो ठीक है, आई स्टिल कैन कंसिडर। But then in short, semi passive is like man in the middle. I mean, someone else on your behalf is doing active, but you are into passive. So that is semi passive. Someone else on your behalf is doing an active recall. Okay, let me give you an example of this. Okay, just do let me know. Organizers, do let me know if my website is visible, the website that I'm opening right now.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so what this website does basically, let me try to input any input over here. Let me just type VIT Bhopal. I'll just copy this and I'll paste this over here and I'll click public scan. Now what this site is doing basically, now right now मैं VIT भोपाल खुद अपने यहाँ से विजिट किया, ठीक है। So मेरा ब्राउजर रिक्वेस्ट भेजेगा, रिस्पॉन्स आएगा। सो आई एम डायरेक्टली गिविंग माई आईपी एड्रेस दैट इज एक्टिव। मैं एक्टिव मोड पे हूँ फिलहाल, अगर मैं वेबसाइट विजिट कर रहा हूँ तो ये वेबसाइट इज सेमी पैसिव. ये क्या करता है, ये मेरे बिहाफ पे इस ब्राउजर को रिक्वेस्ट भेजेगा एंड उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे को लाके देगा. सी over here, I am not sending any direct request to this website on my behalf. This site over here is sending direct request to the URL on my behalf. तो ये वेबसाइट है, ये एक्टिव मोड कर रहा है मेरे लिए, बट मैं एक्टिव नहीं हूँ, मैं पैसिव हूँ. Someone else on my behalf is doing an active scan for me, right? So this is a real good technical example of semi-passive. Okay. Now this particular website will give me all the information, like इसका screenshot कैसा दिखता है. I can even see a live screenshot, right? Screenshot now. So पहले क्या था and screenshot during scanning. अब वापस scan करके और एक फोटो निकाल के देगा. Then what are the IP informations and see 160 request and response जाते हैं इस वेबसाइट को लोड होने में. थर्ड पार्टी रिडायरेक्शन लिंक्स कितने हैं, एक्सटर्नल लिंक्स कितने हैं, राइट? बिहेवियर क्या क्या है, जस्ट JSON ऑब्जेक्ट्स, व्हाट आर द इंडिकेटर्स, व्हाट आर द सिमिलर डोमेन्स. ओके, अब ये प्राइवेट सर्वर है, सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट अगर दूसरे इट वाज अ शेयर्ड सर्वर तो यहाँ पे दूसरे वेबसाइट्स जो इस सर्वर पे होस्टेड है वो आ जाते हैं मेरे को, राइट? सो ऑल दिस इंफॉर्मेशन आई एम बेसिकली गेटिंग इट ओवर हियर. I hope that's clear. Let's get back to the presentation. Okay, I hope the presentation is visible. Cool. So eventually, what do you mean by OSINT or information gathering? What do you need to understand by it is it's not about just collecting one piece of information at all. It's all about pivoting. You know, you have to pivot the data. Okay, so it's like बहुत तेज हो रहे हो तुम. हाँ, तेज होना पड़ता है साइबर वर्ल्ड में. Wherein let's say you have a name, from that name you go to an username, from username you go to social media, from social media you find a picture, from picture basically you find the date of birth, and it's just like, you know, you have one piece of information and you are escalating to get another piece of information, राइट? लेट्स से यू हैव अ मोबाइल नंबर से तुम क्या क्या निकाल सकते हो, ट्रू कॉलर से नेम निकाल सकते हो, ट्रू कॉलर से ईमेल निकाल सकते हो, या मोबाइल नंबर से तुम सोशल मीडिया निकाल सकते हो, मोबाइल नंबर से तुम ये पता लगा सकते हो कि वो डिवाइस आई मीन वो नंबर कौन से फोन का है, लाइक शाओमी, सैमसंग, रियलमी, ओप्पो, वीवो जो भी है, तुम वो पता लगा सकते हो मोबाइल नंबर से. एक बार तुम वो पता लगा लो, देन यू नो दैट क्या ये तो एंड्रॉइड है, इसके अंदर कौन से वल्नरेबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं. वंस दैट यू कैन फाइंड आउट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म, सोशल मीडिया से तुम फोटो, फिर मोबाइल नंबर से तुम ये भी निकाल सकते हो कि कौन से यूपीआई एप्स पे है ये पर्सन. अब यूपीआई एप्स पे क्या होता है ना, तुमको वेरीफाई अकाउंट करवाना पड़ता है अच्छे से, तो उस पर्सन का रियल नाम कई बार एक्सपोज हो जाता है अगर ट्रू कॉलर पे कुछ भी उल्टा सीधा लिखा होगा तो, राइट? पप्पा का नाम कई बार एक्सपोज हो जाता है यूपीआई एप्स के थ्रू. So it's all about that, you know, you are basically trying to get more and more information. You are trying to collect more and more information about these kind of things. You are pivoting basically from one piece to another piece. एक से दो, दो से चार, चार से आठ. You are collecting information in a productive manner. This is what I call it as information gathering or recon in a very simple manner. Okay. So now it's a question for you all, like, you know, it's cyberspace and actual space. Okay. Basically, many of you may think yes, many of you may think no, right? Basically, see, just to मैं ये सब क्वेश्चंस पे ज्यादा टाइम नहीं ले रहा हूँ, so that I can save time and we can, you know, wind up quickly. I can have Q&A on time, right? I don't want to really basically end up your weekend in a bad way. ज्यादा टाइम लेके. So I consider cyberspace is an actual space. Why? Because it affects the way you behave in the real world. Let's say, you know, there is one girl who posted her picture on a western dress. समझो कोई एक वेस्टर्न ड्रेस पहन के उसने सोशल मीडिया पे पिक्चर अपलोड कर दी. उस पिक्चर पे आए 1500 लाइक्स. मैडम जी एकदम खुश, ओ माय गॉड, आई एम लुकिंग सो गुड, 1500 लाइक्स आ गए. नेक्स्ट डे व्हाट शी डिड, शी पोस्टेड अप अ पिक्चर इन अ ट्रेडिशनल अटायर. सी आई नो ट्रेडिशनल अटायर में गर्ल्स बहुत क्यूट दिखती हैं, बट अज्यूम यार, समझो उस पिक्चर पे कम लाइक्स आए. देयर आर जस्ट only 50 likes. What will happen? In reality, the entire mood of the girl will be spoiled. probably she won't be talking to anyone properly. She'll be like curious. She'll be like, this dress doesn't look me good. I won't wear this dress. I'll throw away this dress. So what exactly is happening over here? Whatever is happening in the cyber world, actually, it is affecting your psychology. It is affecting your mental behavior in the real world. Hence, cyber psychology is important. So I consider, yes, cyberspace is an actual space. Now, तुम बोल रहे हो कि यार बड़बड़ बड़बड़ कर रहा है. Why are you explaining so much of this? Like, what this particular slide or what this cyberspace wala slide has to do with this topic? So इसका simple answer ये है ना यार guys, see, at the end of the day, the point is, how do social engineering work and why does it work and why it is one of the most lethal way of attacking someone in the cyber world is the only reason because social engineering targets human psychology. Okay, social engineering targets human psychology. So at the end of the day, why did I say hacking the human mind? Because once you succeed in hacking the human mind, उसके बाद तुम phishing करो, उसके बाद तुम DOS attack करो, उसके बाद तुम I mean malware attack करो, जो attack करना है करो, you will be, the chances of you being succeeded into that will be amazing. Okay, so it's all about information damage to information theft. You know, पहले के जमाने में, पहले के hacking world में ऐसा होता था that the websites used to be very weak. How many of you have experienced that, whenever you are seeing the results of your college grades and all, the website goes down, the site is down. So basically what earlier used to happen is, earlier the attackers had a mindset of doing information damage. Information को खत्म करने का intention था. But now the attackers are being smart because information is wealth. So their aim is to do information theft, not information damage. So आज के रियलिटी में क्या हुआ है, information damage से information theft, and from information theft, then it's called as a psychological damage, okay, or intellectual damage. Now this is one of the most interesting slide I can say, because this is the part of each and every webinar that I am trying to conduct most of the times, is a 4-step of social engineering. This is what I call as a 4-step of social engineering, wherein it's like first impression is the last impression, digital trust asset, cyber psychology, and use of tools. I'm even turning on my webcam for some time, okay, so that I can connect up with you in a proper way. Okay, so first impression is the last. Now what does these steps mean? Okay, now what does these steps mean? Basically, many people today think social engineering or ethical hacking is just sending one link to someone and that's done. I'll be very honest with you, I won't take up anyone's name over here, but right before this session, I was on a call with one of my friend, and he or she, whosoever it is, I don't want to disclose, he or she was asking that what is the topic that you are going to teach. हाँ मैं बहुत पागल हूँ. I decided the topic at the end moment. You can ask Tohin from your college. Okay, I'm sorry. So the point is, I was like confused, like क्या topic लो, and I told that hey, I'll be taking up social engineering, and then he or she, my friend was like, it is very easy, simple topic about, and that made me really upset. You know why? Because that is the mentality that many of us have. That is what I was trying to clear till now, that ethical hacking or social engineering is not about sending someone a phishing link, okay, directly, bhai tum ek link bhej do, and that's all, it's done. No, not at all. Social engineering is all about hacking the human mind. How do you do that? You do that by following these 4 steps. Now I am emphasizing on these 4 steps. क्यों? भाई पूरे गूगल पे ये स्टेप्स कर लो, ये स्टेप्स मैंने खुद से बनाए हैं. ओके, कहीं से उठाए नहीं है. सो आई मीन द पॉइंट इज, ये these 4 steps, I think that these are the 4 steps of social engineering as per my experience so far in the cyber world. So the first step is, first impression is the last. Okay, now why do I call first impression is the last? Because this is the initial hook. Okay, whom do you give interest to? तुम तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट किसको देते हो? who can influence you. The only person who can give interest to you or who can influence you is the person who is impressed by you, right? I mean, if you're impressed by someone, the chances of they influencing you will be more. Hence, the first step of social engineering I consider is like the first step. First impression is the last impression because that is the initial hook between you and your target. Then comes DTA, that is digital trust asset. Yes, I use the word digital trust. The reason of using the word digital trust over here is because in cyber world, trust doesn't exist in reality. Okay, let me give an example. Imagine I want to impress a girl in real world. How many efforts do I have to take? कितने पापड़ बेलने पड़ेंगे भाई? सोचो जरा. I have to spend, especially Valentine week है यार भाई, तो मेरे को फरेरो रोशर पे खर्चा एंड रोज पे खर्चा एंड टेड्डी पे खर्चा एंड ये न वो. उसके बाद भी after 6 months 1 year the girl will be like, hey, you are not worth it, you cheated me, I don't trust you, bye, and gaya कट गया. So the point is building up trust in real world is very difficult, but building up the trust in cyber world is damn easy. Okay. Let's say अगर इसके जगह पे मैं कोई दूसरे नाम पे आ जाता instead of Urvesh, if I said that I am Tohin, you know you guys would have believed it because no one is coming to verify it or validate it, right? So hence I say digital trust. Then cyber psychology, the third step. It is the step where the decisions are changed. It is the step where the person is made fall into the trap. And last is use of tools. So many people, almost everyone whom I meet or almost every fresher, they think this is the first step of social engineering. Using tools, using Kali Linux, using these big words, phishing and wishing and link and अरे यार भाई, that's not the first step. Please try to understand that. Tools are just byproduct of your outcome. Okay? Tools is nothing but they are just assisting you to achieve a goal. Your goal is to attack the target. Your goal is not to use the tool. Okay. And the reason I'm elaborating so much on this is because it's not just about social engineering. Okay, let me give you a reality. Today I'm working in an MNC, I'm working at Informatica, whatever it is, right? The point is, if I want to sustain in an organization, if I want to make sure that I remain a part of an organization, मेरे को पैसे मिले, मेरे को बोनस मिले, मेरे को सैलरी मिले, मैनेजर खुश हो मेरे से, कॉर्पोरेट 9 to 5 में अगर ये तुम्हारा एम है, if let's say if you are into a government sector, तुम्हें गवर्नमेंट में जाना है, if you want यार सरकारी नौकरी में मुझे अच्छा satisfaction चाहिए, or let's say even if you are a startup that you want to sustain your income, right? You should understand in cyber world that tools are just a side thing. Okay, tools use करना is just like यार market में 1000 tools है, आज ये tool काम कर रहा है, कल नहीं कर रहा है, आज ये tool is useful है, कल ये tool useful ना हो, right? That is important you guys to understand. So if you see, all the 4 steps are interrelated to each other. Okay, how they are interrelated to each other, let me quickly explain you that. Is फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन एक बार बन गई, देन द पर्सन कैन ट्रस्ट यू, राइट? तुम किस पे ट्रस्ट करते हो, राइट? whom can you trust? You can trust that person who impresses you. You see, the first and the second step are interrelated. Third step, as I said, it is related to psychology. It is related to changing your decisions, manipulating the human mind. Who can manipulate your decisions? Who can change your mind? Who can make you do those things that you feel are correct but they are not? You do these things with that person whom you trust. So second step and the third step are related to each other. Once these 3 steps are done, you have a control over the victim mindset. Then you can use tools and then मचाएंगे, उड़ गया अकाउंट, उड़ गया, मतलब पासवर्ड और वो सब हैक हो गया, ठीक है? So let me give you an example of this if possible. There is, you can basically come on to Google Cloud Shell. Organizers, do let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
The Google Cloud Shell is visible. There are
Yeah.
various amazing tools. Basically, one of my recent favorite tool is this Max Fisher. Okay. Now, I won't be wasting my time in explaining how to set up this tool. It's not a Linux class, but the commands are already given over here. Just have to copy this one command, clone the repository, go into the directory. It's a Python tool, install the requirements and launch the tool. Let me quickly launch the tool for you and show it. I have already downloaded it. So cd Max Fisher. Basically, it will help me to create a phishing link actually. Python 3 maxfisher.py. And do you have a local X access token? Nahi, I don't have, so I'll just choose N. Okay. See, this tool is asking me, तुमको login चाहिए, मतलब do you want username password of a person of any social media? तुमको webcam hack करके images लाने हैं, तुमको webcam hack करके video लानी है, तुमको microphone का access लेके audio चाहिए, तुमको लोकेशन चाहिए, ऑल्दो दिस इज नॉट दैट एक्यूरेट, तुमको आईपी ट्रैकिंग करनी है, तुमको डिवाइस ट्रैकिंग करनी है, या तुमको क्लिपबोर्ड चाहिए. क्लिपबोर्ड इन द सेंस हम जो भी कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं उसका क्लिपबोर्ड बनता है. लेट मी जस्ट चेक इफ आई कैन शो यू. इसमें नहीं है मेरे, इसमें फिलहाल. ठीक है. सो डू यू वांट क्लिपबोर्ड और समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? सो सी सो पावरफुल टूल इट इज. लेट्स से आई वांट इमेज. ओके, it will ask me, you see, do you want geo recharge, festival, YouTube live or online meeting? Okay, तुम 4 टेम्पलेट्स चूज कर सकते हो कि जियो को रिचार्ज, फ्री रिचार्ज का पेज खुलेगा, जियो फ्री रिचार्ज, फेस्टिवल मैसेज यानी कि दे सेंड ड्यूरिंग द फेस्टिवल, उर्वेश इज विशिंग यू वेरी हैप्पी दिवाली, एंड सारे ग्रुप में रिलेटिव्स फॉरवर्ड करते जाएंगे, सारे रिलेटिव्स का वेबकैम एक झटके में हैक. दैट इज हाउ यू डू, मैन, राइट? एंड देन यू वांट यूट्यूब लाइव वीडियो के बैकग्राउंड में एक यूट्यूब वीडियो चलता रहेगा, and it will ask for camera permission. You'll think, yeah, it is YouTube, you will allow and done. Or you want online meeting. Let's say I choose online meeting as of now. Right, so let it load, let it throw us a link. It will take some time for us to generate the link actually. Yeah, you see, you have 3 URLs with you, and यहाँ पे तो mask URL भी दिया है, join Zoom online meeting etc. to make it look legit. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just open this, and you see it will give you this kind of interface. Please wait, the host will let you in soon. And let's say if I choose this webcam, and if I click on like allow, because हमको webcam choose करना होता है online meeting में, what I'll do is मैं Zoom का कैमरा बंद कर देता हूँ फिलहाल. ठीक है, and I'll click on allow. See, it will show me that my webcam is on and the host will let you in. And you know what will happen in the background? अच्छा, मैंने एंटर ही नहीं किया अब तक. ठीक है, ठीक है, आ गया. So what I can do is I can just close this link now, and you see it is capturing the image files through a link. Now let me download this file for you. So let's say I'll go into the directory cd/home cyberhim99 media ls, and कब का image है ये? Cam hacker. हाँ, ये cam hacker वाला. So I'll just choose cloud shell download cam hacker dot 0205.png. चलो कोई एक इमेज डाउनलोड कर रहा हूं मैं, and see image is downloaded, and you see the camera is hacked, right? The webcam basically. Similarly, you can hack into social media passwords. I'm not going to show you, hacking into Instagram, Facebook and all. I don't really believe in all those mentality, because at the end of the day, it's all about hacking through links. I mean, tell me one thing, guys, how much easy it is to create these kind of links, right? And it's like तुमको लगेगा बस ये इतना hacking होता है. No, there is a lot of creativity involved behind this. See, hacking is not about sending a link and hacking into a password. That is not, I call it as hacking. Hacking is about convincing a person to click on that link. That is what I think, as per my experience, and that is what I'm trying to say since the beginning about the misconception and about the glimpses, that hacking is not about making, using a tool or someone, or using a tool to hack someone. It's about convincing the other person to click on that link, that creativity. So today what is happening, people who are coming into the cyber world, they are not focusing on their creativity actually. They are just following the YouTube रट्टा videos. YouTube पे ये दिखाया, मैं तो ये करूंगा, इस mentor ने ऐसा बोला है, इस बंदे ने ऐसा बोला है, उर्वेश is into bug, तोहिन is into bug bounty, मैं भी उसमें घुसूंगा, उर्वेश is into digital forensics, मैं भी उसी में ही घुसूंगा. भाई this is मजाक थोड़ी हो रहा है यार, ये मजाक हो रहा है क्या? Like the point is, you need to be creative in your approach in cybersecurity, in ethical hacking. And it's not just about social engineering, guys. It's about that you basically need to be aware about the different domains and the stuffs or different fields that do exist in ethical hacking. um, I'll just stop sharing my screen because I don't think there is much more to present on the screen. But yeah, one thing, what is the conclusion of this particular session? You'll be like, "Itna sab tune thoda bataya." I'm not sure how much you guys really enjoyed it, but I hope you really enjoyed it. But the point is, the concluding part of the session would be that, यार, हम start कहाँ से करें फिर? अगर ये सब चीजें हैं, so where do we start from? And I'm sure comments में भी ये question spam हो ही जाता Q&A में. So the point is, let's say Tohin is into bug bounty, तुम्हें उधर नहीं भागना है. Because I'll be very honest, if Tohin is into bug bounty, it means that वो तुम्हें bug bounty में ही जाने बोलेगा because वो उसकी field है. अगर मैं आज डिजिटल फॉरेंसिक्स में हूँ या मैं थ्रेट हंटिंग में हूँ, मैं तुम्हें उसी में जाने बोलूंगा क्योंकि वो मेरी फील्ड है भाई. मैं अपनी फील्ड की क्यों बुराई करूंगा कि नहीं नहीं तू मेरी फील्ड में मत आ, तू उसमें जा, राइट? So what I basically say to all the freshers is, what you basically can do is, you all have Google, right? You all have different resources. I'm not even saying you to do any online course. ऑनलाइन कोर्स भी ये कोई बोलेगा ये कोर्स करो वो कोर्स करो, वो होते हैं ना. मैंने एग्जांपल भी दिया, लर्न एथिकल हैकिंग इन 399 499 यूडेमी पे जाके 300 रुपए का कोर्स उठा के लेके लोगे एंड थिंकिंग दैट नाउ आई एम एन एथिकल हैकर. इट डजंट बी लाइक दैट. Okay, so what I basically suggest you guys to do is, because you are freshers and newbies, that take three days. Let's say you start from today. From today up till the next 3 days, choose any random topic in cybersecurity that you find is fascinating for you. Let's say malware analysis. Okay, बहुत heavy term हो गया. And those 3 days, just dig down the entire internet to find as much as information possible in your own way. Don't rely on some course, etc. Don't rely on some persons, etc. You yourself, in your own way of Googling and stalking, find information about that specific field in deep in 3 days. 3 days over, close the topic, choose next topic, again do the same process, dig down, मतलब घुस जाओ इंटरनेट में, डुबकी लगाओ एंड एकदम एंड तक, go as deep as possible in your research. And once those 3 days are over, another 3 days, another topic. Now the point is how this is useful. See, if you are interested in some topic, तुम 3 दिन नहीं, तुम उसमें 6 दिन भी रिसर्च करोगे. You won't be bored of it. You'll, instead of 3 days, you'll go and you will do research for 6 days also. And the topic you feel that you are bored, or you feel that it's not your cup of tea, you'll not even do research for 3 days. You'll just give up in 1 or 1.5 day. That is the human psychology, right? And that is how you determine which field you want to go into ethical hacking. So once you have that, then I tell VIT Bhopal to invite me once again. And at that time, basically, I can give a proper technical talk on that specific topic, where you major of the guys are interested into. So in short, that is how we basically determine and enter into the world of cybersecurity. See, the entire aim or the agenda of this particular session was, to make you guys aware and clear about the misconceptions and about the reality. Because I was informed that many of you are freshers and beginners, I didn't wanted to make this session technical at all. Hence, I did not make it technical. I made it interactive and a more theoretical type, so that you guys have a direction to start with. क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत simple होता तुमको बड़ी बड़ी hacking करके दिखाना. I am into this. See, all I'm trying to say is 5 years of experience that I have gained cannot be taught in a 1 hour session. To be very honest, 5 years का experience 1 घंटे के session में expect नहीं कर सकते हो भाई. And if I wanted, मैं तुमको 10-15 tools दिखा देता, तुम कंफ्यूज हो जाते, तुमको लगता अरे भाई कुछ अलग गजब चीज दिखा दी, बट देन तुम्हारा उसमें कोई बेनिफिट नहीं होता. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे तुम भूल जाते टूल क्या है, यूज कैसे करना है, तुम गिव अप कर देते. Hence, I wanted you guys initially to get a direction, to get a clarity, so that you guys could reach out to communities like OAPS. You guys could reach out to, people in the community like me. I'm खुद की तारीफ नहीं कर रहा हूँ, but मेरे जैसे भी बहुत लोग हैं community में. You can reach out to them, right? And then you can get a direction and move forward. That was the entire aim of this particular session, considering many of you were beginners and all, right? Well, with this being said, the only thing I can say right now is Instagram pe follow kar do if you want to see the funny side of me. How am I as a person, not as a professional person? You can find easily me. You can find me easily on Instagram, LinkedIn. On Instagram, I'll do follow back. Don't worry. I know you also need followers. Right. So I won't show my Instagram username and this and that. It's very easy. You just have to type my name Urvesh Thakkar and तुमको दोनों जगह पे मैं मिल जाऊंगा easily. ठीक है? Well, that being said, I hope I'm done for this particular session as of now. Right. Anyways, it's because VIT was there and I really wanted to give this insight to you guys. Otherwise, मेरा तो पूरा नाक block हो रखा है. I only know मैं कैसे बात कर रहा हूँ. Anyways, I'm not asking for sympathy, but the point is, I hope you enjoyed the session really well. Because whether it was technical or non-technical, I tried to put in my 100% for you all, and I do really appreciate your valuable feedback and the time that I'll be getting up from you all and the organizers. Well, I guess it's a time for organizers. They can basically start up with the Q&A part if they want.
Well, that definitely taught us a lot. Cybersecurity is indeed very difficult and same time most interesting field to explore and work on. I want to convey immense gratitude to Honorable Urvesh Thakkar for sharing his valuable knowledge with us. And now we'll be starting with the Q&A session. All the participants can either enter the Zoom chat or the YouTube chat and we can convey a message. How did you start in this field?
How did I start in this field? It's a very very nice question. So basically, see, I'll tell you my real experience. It's like I was good at computers. I was fascinated by computers. मेरे को computers use करना बहुत अच्छा लगता था. In my school time, मैं even today if you go in my school, मैं school की बात कर रहा हूँ भाई. तुम मेरे school में जाओगे आज के डेट में, तुम वहाँ पे टीचर्स को पूछोगे ना उर्वेश ठक्कर, उनके मुंह से एक ही वर्ड निकलेगा, the guy who used to sit in the computer lab whole day. मैं कॉलेज लेक्चर्स बंक करके मैं कंप्यूटर लैब में बैठा होता था. आई वाज गुड एट इट, तो टीचर्स भी कुछ बोलते नहीं थे. प्रिंसिपल खुद मेरे को पहले आती थी, ढूंढती थी उर्वेश इज इन द कंप्यूटर लैब. हाँ, देन वो क्लासरूम में जाती थी. सो and that is how basically it was my personal urge, that I was fascinated by computers and all. And one fine day I thought that I'll see what hacking actually means, because one of my very close friend went through that incident and I thought यार ये इतनी खराब चीज है कि यार पूरा मेंटली डिस्टर्ब कर देती है अंदर से इंसान को. That gave me a curiosity, and that curiosity was enough to give a spark within me. And when I was in my 10th standard, 10th vacations, and those times when I was in my 10th, 9th, that was a time I was curious. And in my 10th vacations I did CH. मतलब मैंने hacking को explore किया, and since my 10th I started to work and learn in this particular amazing field actually. I hope that answers the question. But again, there is no age to start, right? Age is just a number. Yeah, but one thing I like to say to the college students, okay, age is just a number. सुन के don't take this lightly. एक important reality मैं तुमको बताता हूँ, ठीक है? Today तुम सब लोग DSA के रेस में लगे हुए हो, software development and all these kind of areas, okay? But the point is, इस रेस तुम उस रेस में दौड़ रहे हो ना, जिस रेस में ऑलरेडी महाधुरंधर खिलाड़ी बैठे हुए हैं, ठीक है? Try to choose a domain जिसकी trend market value के साथ साथ increase होती रहे, right? Ethical hacking is one of those. And being in third year, being in first year, being in second year, I still consider भाई अभी भी already तुम late हो, but अभी भी इतने late नहीं हो कि तुम delay करो इसको. By the time you are into your graduation phase, at that time it's very late. At that time तुमको ऐसा नहीं कि जो कंपनी मिल रही है भाई ले लो, पैसे चाहिए, फिलहाल सेटल होना है, माँ बाप को देखना है, गर्लफ्रेंड को देखना है, whatever it is, you'll be like खुद को संभालना है पहले, right? उस टाइम पे तुम सोचोगे यार काश मैंने एक्सप्लोर किया होता, तो वो काश वर्ड एंड एक्सप्लोर का टाइम चला गया होता है उस टाइम पे. मैं पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है? सो डोंट डू दैट. बी प्रोएक्टिव इन योर स्टडीज, बी प्रोएक्टिव इन योर रिसर्च.
Next question is from Vaibhav. He's asking, shall we do development and ethical hacking simultaneously?
Completely yes. I mean, it depends on what kind of field you want to go. Yeah, पहली बात देखो, ethical hacking या cyber security में अगर तुमको development आता है, that's very really good. Because ये देखो, ये जो tools मैं phishing के लिए use किया अभी, किस में बना है? It's in a language, right? It's in Python, right? अब जो Python developer है, वो क्या कर रहा है? उसने एक ethical hacking का tool बनाया है, right? अगर मेरे को Python अच्छे से आता तो probably मैं वो tool समझ लेता, या मैं उस tool में contribute करता, या मैं खुद का tool भी बना सकता हूँ, right? इन कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड जब तुम कंपनीज में काम करते हो, वहां पे तुमको साइबर सिक्योरिटी में पूछा जाता है कि तुमको कोडिंग लैंग्वेज आती है या नहीं. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स यू टू ऑटोमेट द स्टफ. चीजों को ऑटोमेट करने के लिए वो काम आता है. एंड हाँ, अगर तुम्हें ऐसा है कि तुम्हें डेवलपर ही बनना है, तुम्हें सिक्योरिटी साइड को कम रखना है, बट तुम्हें डेवलपर ही बनना है, देन देयर आर फील्ड्स लाइक सिक्योर डेवलपमेंट, कि तुम एक डेवलपर हो बट तुम्हें पता है कि एक सिक्योर एप्लीकेशन कैसे डेवलप करना है जो कम से कम वे में हैक हो सके, जो एकदम प्रोटेक्टेड हो. सिक्योर डेवलपर्स की भी बहुत जरूरत है today in this domain. So possibilities are again endless.
Any other question from anyone? Rohit Shah is asking, if I want to learn something, how can I get resources regarding that? And how can I ensure that they are good resources?
Again, I am answering the same question, that resources, you'll find tons and tons of resources over the web. Okay. And you really cannot determine which is a good or which is a bad, because मेरे लिए अगर कोई resource good है, probably किसी और के लिए वो इतना good नहीं हो. Right? It's all depend on the perspective and what resource and how much value it is adding to you as per your understanding. See, that's why I'm saying that explore as per your understanding and explore as per your research techniques. तुम तुम्हारे वे में जब रिसर्च करोगे, तुम खुद पता लगा लोगे कि यार ये वेबसाइट पे मुझे इजीली समझ रहा है, ये वेबसाइट पे मुझे नहीं समझ रहा है, ये पीडीएफ से मुझे ज्यादा समझ रहा है, ये पीडीएफ से कम समझ रहा है. दैट इज हाउ आई डू. मैं तुमको बोल दूंगा यार इस बंदे को फॉलो कर दो, इस रेपोजिटरी पे चले जाओ एंड रिसोर्सेज ले लो, यार ऐसा नहीं होता है. दैट इज व्हाट आई फील. सी, आई एम अ वेरी डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन. अदर्स आई डोंट नो, प्रोबेबली कोई दूसरे होते हैं, वो देयर आर मेनी पीपल जो बोल देते हैं यार ये कर लो, वो कर लो, राइट? बट आई एम अ काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन who says like के यार तुम खुद से पहले एक्सप्लोर करो, देन तुम आओ, देन मैं तुमके उसको रिसोर्सेज तुम्हें दूंगा उस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के रिगार्डिंग. सो आई होप दैट आंसर्स द क्वेश्चन.
So the next question is from Tejas. He is asking that carding as a team is considered as a fraud, but can I study it under the blanket of ethical hacking? If yes, then at what boundary point it will be ethical or black hat?
A very interesting question so far. That's amazing. Whoever asked this question, the point is yes, carding is illegal, but if you still want to learn about it, make sure that you're not going into a wrong direction, like कि तुम किसी और का कार्डिंग वगैरह का ट्राई कर रहे हो. ठीक है. यार कार्डिंग ऐसी चीज है ना कि तुम एक एथिकल, सी वन थिंग, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग ओवर हियर, हैकिंग एथिकल नहीं होती है. तो हम बोलते हैं एथिकल हैकिंग, हैकिंग इज हैकिंग, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. ठीक है, वो होता है ना वर्ड एथिकल. भाई द मोमेंट द वर्ड हैकिंग कम्स, एथिकल पिक्चर में आता ही नहीं है भाई, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. एंड ये मैं नहीं बता रहा हूँ, मेरे एक सीनियर है जो इंडस्ट्री में 15 साल से, ये उनके डायलॉग है. When I asked him the same question during my time, he said that hacking is just hacking. It's up to you कि तुम्हारा approach, your one wrong step can make it illegal, your one right step can make it ethical, right? So that is one thing. But yes, if you want to learn carding, I prefer तुम resources देखो, तुम black hat forums वगैरह पे या hacking forums वगैरह पे जाओ, उसके बारे में पढ़ो, तुम समझो वो हो कैसे रहा है, but don't try to do it. See, it's about you are aware of something, but you don't want to end up in a trouble. Be aware of everything. Aware होना चाहिए तुम्हें कि कार्डिंग क्या होता है, ऐसे होता है, ये नए नए तरीके हैं कार्डिंग करने के, so that तुम्हारे साथ वैसा ना हो और तुम किसी और के साथ ऐसा होने ना दो. So that is one of the way that you can learn about carding.
So next question is from Krishna. He's asking, is it good to get certified courses or give exams for ethical hacking certificates?
Okay, amazing. Number one, the first thing is I am a Krishna devotee, so I love the name Krishna anyways. Now coming to the certification part, I'll tell you one reality. यार देखो, free certificate तुमको दुनिया भर के मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है, दुनिया भर के Udemy के courses दुनिया भर के मिल जाएंगे. But do you think that really adds up the value? To be honest, yes. To be honest, no. Depends on how you are presenting the skills. See, मैं अभी जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हूँ ना, वहाँ पे मेरे जो सीनियर लोग हैं उनके पास सर्टिफिकेट्स नहीं है, ठीक है. स्टिल वो मेरे से 2x ज्यादा they are earning. The reason is they have the skills actually, right? सर्टिफिकेशन क्या करता है? It adds a value to your resume. एक हाईलाइट देगा बस. बट जब तुम इंटरव्यू में तुम बैठोगे ना, तो भाई आंसर तुमको इंटरव्यू में करना है, क्वेश्चन तुमको इंटरव्यू में देना है. उस टाइम पे योर स्किल्स विल शो अप कि भाई तुम इंटरव्यू में कितना फोड़ पा रहे हो, ठीक है. सर्टिफिकेट्स डू एड एन एज, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू मी सर्टिफिकेट करने का टाइम कब होता है? व्हेन तुम तुम्हारे एलएल पे रिसर्च कर सकते हो, जब तुमने फ्री रिसोर्सेज कर लिए, फ्री सर्टिफिकेशंस कर लिए, यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट कि भाई तुम्हें इसी फील्ड में आगे जाना है, ठीक है. यार यू आर फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल. क्यों? क्योंकि भाई एथिकल हैकिंग के सर्टिफिकेशंस आर नॉट चीप. अगर तुम ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशंस वगैरह को एस्पायर करते हो, सीएच, ईसी काउंसिल वगैरह, भाई आज के डेट में एक नॉर्मल सीएच भी 35 to 40,000 के नीचे नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है. एंड दैट इज आल्सो एन एंट्री लेवल सर्टिफिकेट एक्चुअली, ठीक है. मैं एक रियलिटी बता रहा हूँ भाई, मैं मुंह पे बता रहा हूँ कि मेरे नाम के नीचे जो तुम सर्टिफिकेट्स देख रहे हो ना, मैंने अब भी किए. तुम मेरे लिंक्डइन पे जाके देखना, ठीक है. लास्ट ईयर के दिसंबर महीने के है यार, कोई मई महीने के है, लास्ट ईयर के है. क्योंकि मेरे को लगा कि उस टाइम पे मेरे को इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, ठीक है. एंड सब मिला के मेरा 2 लाख के ऊपर तक का इन्वेस्टमेंट गया उन सर्टिफिकेट्स को लेने में, ठीक है. टू बी ऑनेस्ट, मैं नहीं सोच रहा कि अब मैंने बहुत कुछ कर लिया, मेरे पास सर्टिफिकेट्स है, मेरे को बहुत ज्ञान आ गया. सर्टिफिकेट्स क्या किया है पता है? मेरे रिज्यूम के नीचे एक वैल्यू ऐड कर दिया. अब मैं अगर मेरे पर्सपेक्टिव से बताऊं why I did it, because भाई I am into the community. I try to represent myself as a social person. कि मैं एक स्पीकर हूँ, मैं एथिकल हैकिंग में हूँ, तो मुझे मेरा रैपो बनने के लिए वो करना पड़ता है. नॉट नेसेसरी कि भाई तुमको भी करना है. So do certifications at a right time. Then only it's a right investment. That is what I mean, and that is my understanding for certifications.
So the next question we have from Ashwin Pradeep. He's saying, sir, as a second year student, what would be your opinion as the ideal first step towards taking on ethical hacking as a profession?
Ideal first step to taking ethical hacking as a profession, the very fundamental step itself is to clear the fundamentals. There are people in this industry who have experience of 5-10 years, but the fundamentals are not clear. Okay, what happens? People often forget their roots. If you forget your roots, eventually one fine day a big wind blow will come and your tree will be, on the ground. So always be, connected to your roots. देखो, the point is ethical hacking is not that tough. It's easy, but it's only easy जब तुम fundamental समझ सको. Let me give an example. ठीक है, तुम एक सिनेरियो में डाल रहे हो कि तुम नेटवर्क हैकिंग या नेटवर्क पेन टेस्ट कर रहे हो या वेब ऐप पेन टेस्ट कर रहे हो. अब तुम्हें यही नहीं पता कि वेब एप्लीकेशन क्या होता है, HTML क्या होता है, जावास्क्रिप्ट क्या होता है, या तुम्हें नेटवर्क का पता ही नहीं कि भाई TCP फंडामेंटल क्या है, आईपी एड्रेस कैसे काम करता है. इवेंचुअली तुम हैकिंग मंकी बन जाओगे, तुम हैकिंग में सस्टेन नहीं कर पाओगे. सो एट अ सेकेंड ईयर मैं रिकमेंड करता हूँ कि तुम पहले तुम्हारे फंडामेंटल को स्ट्रॉन्ग करो. कौन से फंडामेंटल? टेक्निकल फंडामेंटल्स, दैट हाउ डज द इंटरनेट वर्क, हाउ डज द नेटवर्क्स आर वर्किंग, हाउ डज वेब एप्लीकेशंस आर वर्किंग. एंड इसको करने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा भाई, रिसोर्सेज बहुत है. once you go into that, then start off with ethical hacking के fundamentals. ethical hacking के fundamentals उसके बाद करो, ठीक है. एंड सेकेंड ईयर है भाई, तुम 6-7 महीना डेडिकेशन के साथ दोगे ना, you will be at a good stage. And how does it long take to crack an OSCP exam? It's not an easy exam, it's a tough exam. And can beginner take OSCP? No, I don't recommend that. क्यों पैसे बर्बाद करना है?
Well, Krishna is saying thank you, Bhaiya, for such a nice answer.
You're welcome, Krishna.
Next question from Agar. He's saying, what is the average package that we can expect in different fields of cybersecurity, like blue team, red team, as a fresher?
As a fresher, देखो यार कोई स्पेसिफिक नंबर्स तो है नहीं, बट अगर मैं इंडस्ट्री मार्केट का एनालिसिस करके एक एवरेज बताऊं, तो I guess you can expect a starting range of 7 to 8 LPA, which can maximum go up to, हाँ फ्रेशर का ही बोल रहा हूँ, which can maximum go up to 12 to 15 LPA also. फ्रेशर इन द सेंस कि तुम्हारे पास स्किल्स होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि एथिकल हैकिंग वर्ल्ड में इतना तहलका मच गया है ना कि लिखते हैं फ्रेशर एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन में देखो तो लिखते हैं 2 years of experience. अब एक फ्रेशर को 2 years of experience कहाँ से आता है मुझे नहीं पता, but then you can start off with a decent of 6 to 8 LPA के बीच में स्टार्टिंग में.
Well, thank you. And any more questions anyone wants to ask? Well, I guess that is it for today. Once again, thank you for joining us here. And
Great. Okay, I hope no questions. And it was really a good time to be a part of this amazing community at OWASP CIT. I thank all the organizers from my behalf. And I do really expect you guys to share a positive feedback. I'll get in touch with the organizers to get a feedback on this so that I can improvise for the future sessions or any other session that I'm giving at other communities, right? So,
well, a
I would
last
like
question from Vivan.
sir,
Well,
how
a last question
can I
from
get
Vivan.
started in reverse engineering? रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग में अगर तुमको स्टार्ट करना है ना तो तुमको कोडिंग की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग तुम कर क्या रहे हो, तुम कोड को डीकोड कर रहे हो, जो सामने वाले में लिखा है तुम उसको तोड़ रहे हो और देख रहे हो उसका लॉजिक क्या है. तो यू शुड बी गुड एट योर लॉजिक डेवलपमेंट, लॉजिकल स्किल्स जो होते हैं प्रोग्रामिंग के थ्रू जो आते हैं, इन दैट फेज यू हैव टू बी वेरी गुड. एंड रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग बहुत सारी चीजों में होता है. एंड्रॉइड एप्लीकेशन को रिवर्स इंजीनियर कर रहे हो, विंडोज के सॉफ्टवेयर को रिवर्स इंजीनियर कर रहे हो, whatever it is, you have to be, अगर विंडोज का सॉफ्टवेयर है तो असेंबली लैंग्वेज का पता होना चाहिए, एंड्रॉइड एप्लीकेशन है तो तुम्हें एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट का नॉलेज होना चाहिए. So that is how basically you be good at reverse engineering, or I mean get started at least.
I guess that's it for today.
Okay, I hope it was a wonderful session and no one of you was sleeping बीच में से. I hope I इतना तो बोर नहीं किया मैंने, ठीक है. Well, you guys can follow me on my Instagram or LinkedIn if you want to get further touch in me directly. And thank you once again, organizers, for inviting me. I hope you have a good weekend, all of you ahead. With this, I'll just sign off. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks.
Well, the climax of our show is yet to be celebrated. Let me take you all to the most fun and interesting part of today's event, that is the treasure hunt. So with whatever knowledge and curiosity you all have, get your armors ready to search and answer our questions and show your interest in the world of cybersecurity.
Well, guys, the link is in the chats if you want to start with the game. And the game will start at exactly at 12. So guys, have some time to prepare yourselves. And thank you for joining us here.